CXperience concept is something that is very important for Citroen. It shows the other end of the range in comparison with the C3, for example, and it really expresses a clear message that we can do this kind of cars in the Citroen range in the future. The idea behind this was to test the car and to see the reactions of the public with D-segment car, a very high premium car, and the idea is to test the reactions, of course, also to show that we can come back in this field and play with the other competitors with our own roots. Citroen has always been a brand of unconventional cars, and I think we can express it here very strongly. On one end of the car, of the range, it's true to the new nature of Citroen design language, with a sharper language, and on the other end the C3 is much more playful and joyful. The front end is interesting, it's very closed, it's very neutral, it's really true to our roots also. There's no big front grille, there's no overlooked things, there's just one signature that shows the eye of the car, very technical parts, both light and aerodynamical functions. We worked a lot on a full and closed section that is better for aerodynamics, and it makes the car very iconic. When you look at the car 500 meters back in your mirror, it's going to be very like a logotype, for example, very much Citroen. The back is interesting because it's very soft, rounded. It's cut in the corners with technical features that are made for an aerodynamical function. The sharpness contrasts with the softness. This softness belongs to our history also and our new design language. There's the concave window with a mobile wing that comes out. And all these things, they create, I guess, a unique rear end for such a car.
I think the first thing about this interior is that we wanted this inspiration from your house, like inspired by furniture, your sofa, your tablet at home, all those things. So it was very important for us to use different materials, not automotive industry materials, but sofa materials, like this textile, the wood used in a different way. We have a use that it's cut in 3D, and we can make very nice different shapes. We use it on the back of the seats, like it's a reference to some very iconic seats you would find from the 50s in the furniture. And we wanted this kind of coziness. It's part of the comfort. We talk about comfort at Citroen. It's not just the comfort of the seats, it's also the visual comfort, the feeling of spaciousness, the color, and that's something which is very Citroen. Well, the steering wheel is something, it's kind of icon thing of Citroen. We have this monospoke steering wheel, and we wanted something like a message, like an extension of the head-up coming to the rim of the wheel, and that's something very iconic and very Citroen. I think that's what people they expect from a brand like Citroen. They expect something iconic, avant-garde, which is kind of not the typical answer. They expect us to make something different, and that's what we wanted to show with this car. We show our DNA, we put something into a new step for Citroen, and that's the illustration. The first idea, one of the first sketch we got was that it was a very monolithic grey exterior, and we had the idea that when you open, you should have this surprise of the color, something with a lot of freshness, you know, something extremely positive. And the yellow was a color that we liked. We also wanted to have this kind of contrast, like a fruit, a coconut, like something, a shell, something very that protects you, which is pretty hard. And when you cut inside, you have this fruit with this juice, something extremely powerful and colorful. That's very important for us. We use technology, but it's not technology to make your life even more difficult. It's just everything to simplify. We want your mind to be free from all the problems, all the stress. So we have technology, but you just got the right information at the right moment. You don't get too much information, too many things. We want to keep it very simple. For the combi cluster, we decided not to put any combi cluster, but just to add this head-up display, almost like magnified with just the info you need. And we have this super wide screen with inside the content that just go either to the passenger or to the driver with different configuration. And that's also something very important for us, is to take care of the passenger. We have an essence of wood, which is laser cut in all the different directions. That gives this kind of a pattern, diamond pattern. But it allows us to use the wood in a very different way. We can have super, extremely wide shape. We use that as easy as you would use fabric. And that's something that makes the kind of extremely personal way of using the wood in the car. We tried to add a pattern which was kind of free, it's asymmetrical, it's just to give the feeling that you are more into your sofa at home, so you can sit on the side, not everything is driven by the axle of driving, you know, it's much more the coziness, like a living room on wheels.